Hi and welcome to Great Northern Adventures. Join us for part 2 of our Shark Bay adventure. This episode will show you around Denham, the crystal clear beaches to rugged red cliffs of Francois Peron National Park, and we head to Monkey Mia to see if it's just a tourist trap. Last episode we left you as we were heading from Steep Point back into Denham. Before we got to town we pulled into Eagle Bluff Lookout, located about 20 kilometres south of Denham. It's spectacular high cliffs that look out across the water back towards Steep Point and Dirt Hartog Island. The shallow waters are abundant with marine life and is a popular place to spot dolphins, sharks, stingrays and dugongs. As soon as we make it into town to Denham, we're met by a couple of the locals who lead us the way back to Shark Bay Caravan Park. It was still busy in Denham, so we didn't have a lot of choice in accommodation, but Shark Bay Caravan Park was great. The other parks were jammed in like sardines. Shark Bay definitely had the biggest sights. The amenities were clean and it had a great pool to cool off, and the staff were friendly and extremely helpful. That evening we went down to the foreshore to watch the sun go down over the water, and we were treated to one of those truly memorable Western Australian sunsets. The next day was all about exploring Francois Peron National Park. Used to be a pastoral station, but it's now part of the Shark Bay World Heritage Area. The park is rugged and remote and is well known for its striking red cliffs, white sandy beaches and turquoise water. It's named after Francois Peron, the French naturalist and explorer, who was best known for being part of Nicholas Bourdin's 1800 scientific expedition to Australia, then known as New Holland. During the voyage, he collected thousands of specimens and made detailed observations of Australia's environment, Indigenous peoples, and the marine life. Our first stop is Little Lagoon. It's a beautiful, almost perfectly circular coastal lagoon with crystal clear turquoise water. It's just out of Denham, and it's just off the bitumen road, so you can get there with two-wheel drive. Little Lagoon.
Not very little.
Little Lagoon, Denham. Apparently it's not very little.
It's pretty big.
The next stop was into the Homestead Precinct. Originally part of the Peron Station, a sheep farm that operated up until the late 20th century. after a quick dip, it was time to air down and head deeper into the national park.
What are you going down to?
30.
30.
For a majority of the way, the track's not too bad. It is pretty sandy, and you cross a couple of clay pans. I had no trouble at 30 psi, but when you get to the turn off to Herald Bight, and as soon as you go through the gate, it all changes. It gets super soft and very bumpy. That's where I dropped the tyres down to 15 psi and didn't have too much trouble. We got held up several times by cars that were stuck and hadn't aired down at all, or it only were aired down to about 30 psi.
You're good?
Just come around the corner and watch it, I think.
It was soon time for lunch, so we took the next turn off, which happened to be down to Gregorie's beach. The white sand and turquoise clear water was amazing. We drove up the beach to Bottle Bay. There we stopped when we made some wraps and sat on the tailgate for probably one of the best lunchtime views in Australia. After soaking up the view and the sun for a while, it was time to push on to the tip of the peninsula, Cape Peron. Where are we?
The hectic flies.
Oh, what happened to Francois Peron?
Francois Peron.
Flies.
Hectic flies.
Have a look at the colour of that water.
Wow.
Well, the next day we went full tourist mode. When the passenger princess wants to see dolphins, we head to Monkey Mia for the day. The Monkey Mia dolphin interactions have been happening for over 50 years. It started with local fishermen feeding the wild bottlenose dolphins from the shoreline. The dolphins started returning every day, and this gained popularity for tourists in the 1970s. As it gained popularity with tourists, concern grew for the health of the dolphins from overfeeding and losing the ability to find food for themselves. Now the parks and wildlife supervise the feedings. Usually well-known females and sometimes their offspring are offered small amounts, only about 10% of their daily diet, so that they will remain wild and hunt naturally. If you have any reservations about going to Monkey Mia because it has become a commercialised tourist attraction, well, in one way, yes it has, but it is also cool to visit. You learn a lot about the dolphins and why the feedings have been managed. Would I recommend it? Yes, 100%. It's still interesting and you still feel like there is interactions with the dolphins because you are so close to them in the water. You have to pay a small entrance fee, which is $15 an adult if you're visiting from outside the resort. But this gives you access to all the resort's amenities, as well as the dolphin feeding. We had brunch there, checked out the camping area, before having a quick swim and then heading back to Denham for the day. Well, that's it for this week's episode. Join us next week when we keep heading north and exploring the Western Australian Coral Coast. We find some awesome beach camps and discover epic coral reef snorkeling just metres from the beach. Thanks for watching. See you next time.